Welcome to World Cinema Reviews. This is Frank the Vamp, and I just want to say that today we're going to talk about an awesome film, like we always do. But this is a special request by a YouTuber named Hermaphrodinandro, and this YouTuber wants to compare the Korean version of The Ring. Of course, The Ring, Ringu in Japan, being such a great, movie that is spawned an American remake. That's where I made the video comparing the two. But he wants to compare the three. He wants to know what the Korean version is. And when I was, to be honest, when I was going through the research, of going through it and of analyzing both films, I found out about the Korean film, but I actually quickly dismissed it because I saw that there was an Indian remake and all kinds of things. So I'm starting thinking, well, everybody's making a remake, right? And it can't be any good. Actually, I was wrong. This film's actually a pretty good film, and it should be talked about, and that's what we're gonna do today. So, for you, Hermaphrodinandro, we're talking about The Ring virus, and made in 1999, directed by Dong Bin Kim, and this is uh, acting Eun-Kyung Shin as Sun Ju, the reporter Sean Hyun as Lee, jin-young as Dr. Choi. Um, Great acting also by Do Na Bai as Yoon Soo. Um, let's see. Basically, let me tell you because what are the differences about and what is good about it and how does it stack up against the other two. First of all, let's talk about the fact that this is a really cool film, because even though it does have some of the same scenes um, that the other film has, Ringu, it does copy it almost, shot by shot. But the film is just very different, because it goes more with a novel, which I have not read, unfortunately. But for what I've been reading on the internet about it, and it seems to be a pretty cool read. It's a story about this little girl, which is I think in the American version is Samurai Sadako in Japan, and Yu Su. It's here in Korea, and Yu Su is, I mean, the little girl in the other two films, and in this film you really feel more for her. One of the things that I like, it's that the in here more uh, mature themes enter, like possible. I don't want to give away too much, but there's some possible sexual abuse and sexual activity negative towards this character, and her mother, for us, and it kind of explains more. Um, One small spoiler, I guess, it's just something different, that she has to live a very troubled life being a hermaphrodite, meaning that she has both male and female organs, and it's quite traumatic for her, and she's tormented by it, and so that's one really nice thing, that it brings the character to be a more realistic. So which brings me to my second point. This is not such a horror film. This is more like how can I say, it's more like a detective thing. There's way more investigation, like follows the book, and it uncovers things that you just don't see on the other two films. So that's another brownie point for this film. It doesn't try to be The Ring. It tries to be The Ring virus, a way of the little girl here to communicate to the world in a way of this media film. Which brings me to the third point, which the actual videotape, it's very different. It doesn't. There's a couple of scenes that are the same, but it's actually conveys a different idea, and it's creepy on its own term, but it's just different creepy. So wow, I mean, it's just like kudos for this film that it does have all those things going for it. Um, One thing that it doesn't is it's not as scary. I mean, it brings supernatural theme except the end, which is basically the same on all three films. Um, it's just it kind of loses a little bit of a horror film because it's not a horror film, and that's where it loses me a little bit because I am a horror movie reviewer and I do like horror movies. This movie is more a thriller. It does with some supernatural elements to it. However, it's a great film. So, how does it stack up with the other ones? I don't think it's better than either The Ringu or The Ring, but I think it's not bad. I think it's a pretty good film. You should really watch it, especially if you're the fan. If you're a fan of just horror, you should watch it. If you're a fan of The Ring, definitely must see. Ring or Ringu or both, you gotta see the Ring virus. It's really cool. Um, it brings so much to the table. So I hope that this answered questions that you guys may have. I don't want to spoil more of the film. It's just so many other factors that they come in that are kind of nice and cool. So it is what it is. It's just a different entity. It's a different film. It and kudos for the Koreans who didn't try to just make a carbon copy out of it. They put character in it. They did something that the other two did not do. So kudos. Definitely go watch it. I hope you enjoyed this film. I do. I'll be doing a lot more things. If you guys have requests, ask me. I'll do my best. Thank you for all watching and enjoy. Take care. And have a great night. God bless. Peace out.